Hello, welcome to the Falling Water discussion. I'm Mrs. Morin, and I'm here with
Mrs. Wyatt.
Let's go ahead and let's talk about the title of this work. This is Falling Water, and the artist is Frank Lloyd Wright. The historical period is modern, and the materials and techniques are concrete and rock from the waterfall. And would you like to talk about the purpose, Mrs. Wyatt?
Yes, the intended purpose for the family, the Kaufman family that bought the home, was this was a area and a piece of land that they owned. And they would drive there on weekends. And they would swim in the waterfall and picnic up on a stone that was in the house. Mm-hmm. And they wanted this house that had indoor-outdoor that would allow them to enjoy the area still. Mm-hmm. So that was the idea there. Now, as for Frank Lloyd Wright, it was because he had gotten snubbed. Mm-hmm. There was a book on architecture that during this time came out. It was extremely famous. And it talked about all the artists who were in architecture and how great they were, and he got left out. Mm-hmm. And so Falling Water was his kind of revenge to say, oh, I've created this fantastic place, and now you're sorry you didn't include me.
Yes, and what's even crazy about this piece is there's a little bit of information on how long it took for him to design this. And this whole piece, he designed it in 2 hours.
It's amazing.
And it's, I mean,
amazing.
Yeah, when you look at, I've been there.
Yeah.
And I can't believe he designed it in 2 hours. It's a beautiful work of art. It's like doing that, your homework 2 hours before your class.
It really is. They said that the Kaufmans arrived at the airport, and he's in his office, and it's going to take them 2 hours to get to him. And so he hasn't done a thing on this house. And so he comes out of the office, and he brings all this stuff out, and they were amazed. Yes. They were absolutely amazed.
Yes, and the piece itself has some really interesting points in it. For one thing, where it's built is in Bear Run on top of the waterfall in Bear Run. So Bear Run is the waterfall that you see here, and you can see it flowing underneath the house. You can see in this image, you can actually walk down and sit right here, and the waterfall flows right underneath you.
That's amazing.
Yes. He used a technique called cantilevers. So cantilevers, there are these horizontal structures here that made up the patios of the house, or make up the patios of the house. And there is let me scroll up here, big stone and steel, basically vertical structure over here that works to weigh down the other side of these patios. And so that's how they work, is they're counterbalanced with this really heavy stone piece back here. And then the reason he did that is because it's over a waterfall. It really gives this illusion of it floating.
Yes.
And it brings us back to Corbusier.
Yes.
And that idea of trying to create terraces that unite, the house, this structure, with nature.
Right.
He just took it a little bit further.
And they all are wanting this floating effect.
Yes.
If you look at the Seagram building, if you look at Villa Savoy, everything is about it being lighter than air. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it's an incredible piece. It's right outside of Pittsburgh. It's right outside of Pittsburgh. So if you're ever in Pittsburgh, it's about a few hours drive east. So you should check it out.
And the house is a museum now.
It is a museum, and it is definitely worth your while to go visit it. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.